Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Pep Talk UK TV. Je suis Pascal, I am your host Pascal, and I'm very happy. Why? Because France, yet again, won their game against Peru. It means that we are through to the next 16, the knockout stages, where it really counts. And today we just saw another, clinical display of the French team. Yes, people have criticized the French team because of the talents. Yes, I can argue that, we have not quite played the level of potential. We are somewhere in the region of Super Saiyan 1 or 2. But that does not mean that the French do not have the quality to win the tournament. I believe that they are in there with a chance to win it. Most of the big teams, except for England, have yet to prove their potential. And I think that the French, at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. 2 games and 2 wins, they top the group. And I fancy Denmark, but, to potentially take the second spot, although Australia, Australia did play with some verve, this afternoon, and that draw against Denmark and Australia was actually very important because he allowed the French to cement their position in the group. But I believe that France will finish top of the group. In terms of players that stood out for me, Kylian Mbappé, bien sûr, Kylian, enough respect to you. One of the youngest French teenagers to score at the World Cup. So congratulations, frérot. Very happy for you. And, Matuidi played a very good game. Very solid. You can depend on him. I like the fact that Giroud started, because he links up very well with Griezmann. But in that particular game, Giroud did not seem to, that Griezmann-Giroud combination did not seem to operate as well. Paul Pogba, La Pioche, he did very well also. He controlled the midfield very well. Though there were elements of the game where I felt that the Peruvians had the chance to come back, Guerrero, unfortunately did not live to his expectations at this tournament, but he at times, though he did prove to be quite a threat. But what has really hampered the teams, particularly in this tournament, is that the last final third, that precious ball that is needed, that precious piece of quality, has not been able to, a lot of the teams in this tournament have not been able to display that. But thank you. Thanks for the French. Obviously, we've produced some very good attacking players. Notably, we have a very vast experience, in producing some of the best strikers in history of the sport. And it looks to me that Mbappé made the difference this afternoon. Now, in terms of can the French win the tournament? As I said earlier, there's a possibility. Although they will have to up their game, but perhaps the French are only playing as good as the opposition. We do not know. That tends to happen. As I said before, Super Saiyan level 2. If there is a team that can certainly stretch the French and maybe make them play to their full potential, then we will have yet to see that. So we'll see perhaps in the knockout stages whether a team with much better organization, with much better attacking threat, can actually, help the French come out of their shelf and also show that they have not just individual talent, but also collective talent. So we've yet to see that. But, at the moment, I'm savoring this French victory. Very pleased for the French, very, very pleased for the team. It's a very young team. I believe that Didier Deschamps selected a very good side, although I wanted to see Anthony Martial and Lacazette, of course. I think those 2 players deserve to be there from an attacking option point of view. But, I've got to support the gaffer in this decision-making. But it'll be interesting to see, because me and Frankie B, we have a bit of a bet. And I want our listeners to comment below and to see whether do you expect England to go further than France or France go further than England. Now, this is a debate that me and Frankie B have been having back and forth. Of course, Frankie B supports and represents the UK, and as you know me, although I love the UK, la France c'est pour la vie. The French is forever. So I want to support France, and I also want them to do very well. So to all our listeners and viewers, please let us know. We might even do a poll, perhaps on Twitter or, on Instagram. Well, let's just see how this debate goes. At the moment, it's between France, but, we'll see whether that, England can go further than France. I believe that France will go further than England, but I would love to hear your opinion on that. And please do not forget to share, to subscribe, and to comment. We want to hear more from you. So please do not hesitate to do that. And until next time, au revoir, mes amis.